Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. And the Beavers will put toe to leather and we'll get started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks offense takes the field for the first time today. They've met in the so-called toilet bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. The expressway is wide open, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Beavers offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact? The punt team makes its way onto the field. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First down for this offense. Moore to the air. He's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Dialing up a second down pass play. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. The ball is out behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And that's why you got to avoid third and long situations if you're on offense, because the defense knows it's pass, and all these guys are pinning their ears back. They're getting upfield, and you're under so much duress. On top of that, you give up a fumble. That is a huge play.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points, Jesse.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work, now facing second and long from the 19. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early. Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
Moore will throw. Trying to get to him. And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lost one down the sideline. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got a man. It's Stewart. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. They'll leave it with him. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grab behind the line. It's James. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive, but how about the defense?
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here. Looking deep down the right side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oregon!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explode.
And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Moore to the air. Going downfield for the big play. Snags it on the right. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Ducks! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step...
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little... He lobs one high down the left side. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Pressure coming. He'll take another shot here. And he's got it inside the 35. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, first and 10. He's going to run it. Gives him the big stiff arm. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. They'll immediately call timeout.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Moore will throw. Got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on second down. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays.
Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. Running the red zone, it's James. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll try it again. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. The Ducks are rolling down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this... Yeah, they clearly...
They bring the punter onto the field now. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important.
Pass on the way, it's picked off! And they'll close in on him after a good return. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On third down, he drops to throw. That's reeled in. It's Stewart. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Got it past the marker. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll come out throwing on first down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Moore to the air. He's got him this time. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's James. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Casper. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious. Time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And he's wrapped. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Moore will throw. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes the catch down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Looking down the middle. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back to back.
They want that clock to run. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a 2-possession game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll run it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got it.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for me.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able